the pre-show to Thanksgiving showdown between the Giants. Harvey, did you already get all the grocery lists? Did you already check everything off your grocery list for tomorrow?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Went shopping. It was a little crazy out there. It almost seemed like Black Friday and Christmas, man. The shelves were empty. Pasta for whatever reason was gone. But
Really?
yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I was like, man, all the pasta's gone. Guess people like pasta.
Yeah, interesting. Thanks.
But yeah, man, I got everything ready to roll.
That sounds good, man. And tomorrow we will talk about what will be on the Zuniga's actual order as far as you know what is the delicacy for Thanksgiving in the Zuniga residents and the Martinez residents. But
Yeah, man.
before further ado, of course, I want to wish my mama a very happy birthday. I love you so much, mom. You know, words can't explain how much I love you and everything I'm grateful for. So happy birthday, mama. I hope you get to see this message soon, and we'll catch up later. But let's get right
Happy
in.
birthday, Lupita Luna. Where's the come on. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it, man. But let's get right into it, man. Yesterday was a great show. We tried to break down both offenses, Giants and Cowboys, right? They're both 7-3 right now. But man, it was overwhelming. We had defense, defense, defense. Everybody wants to know about the defense. Hey, we even had a commander on too. So we had a lot of
Yes.
fun. Of course, if you're not subscribed, you gotta go and subscribe, man. Turn on the notification. Let you know that we're live right now. You wouldn't be missing this show. But luckily, it's on YouTube, so you can go back to YouTube and rewatch it there. We had a lot of fun with the Commanders, but right before we went off the air yesterday, one of our faithfuls, right, Alex, we missed his question. I think it's a very legitimate question, and
Yep.
it's unfortunate, right? Because we get so caught up, man, in the discourse, and sometimes the questions just kind of take a little bit of time to get in. But his question was right out the gate was, are the 49ers the team to beat right now for the Dallas Cowboys? Because we're talking about NFC just in general. And for a long time, the Eagles were the favorite. But right now, you got the Seahawks and the 49ers in a tie right now for first in that NFC. And that NFC, in that, what's the right word, Harvey? Is it like a revival in the NFC West?
Yeah, I would say that for sure, especially with the Seahawks coming out the way they have. But with the question, Jerry, I mean, man, the Niners, I'm telling you, they're a dangerous team. And I said this last year as well. If they get hot and they go in the playoffs, they could be a huge danger to teams. Just the fact because they run the ball very well.
They do.
And George Kittle, man, he can't just catch the ball. He prides himself on blocking. So I mean that team is dangerous, man. You got to give them respect. But at the end of the day, you still got to play the games. We'll see how that West plays out and shakes out. But they're definitely a team to watch out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: 49ers have been right there for pretty much how long? I mean, they're in the conference championship for, I mean, the best part of the last 3 seasons almost. So they're right there. They're always in contention. They're always making the right moves. I think if anything, Cal Shanahan has done a tremendous job. And if anything, look, even with the loss, I don't know if it was a loss, but with Robert Sala going to the Jets, D'Amico Ryans was able to pick up where that defense left off with Robert Sala, and they're red hot right now. I don't know. Either D'Amico Ryans is that good, and he was a real great student, or Cal Shanahan is actually in there breaking down, defensive, maybe approaches, or maybe he's sharing insight, like as far as, hey, this is what they're showing, and this is the best way that it gets shut down. So I don't know. What I see with the 49ers is I see a team that is, man, they're in sync, and that's something very scary, especially towards the back end of the season. And yeah, I will put them up there. Oh man, they're. I mean, the thing is that it's Jimmy G, man. So that's the good thing about the 49ers, that it's not too far out. Like, and I know what they did to us last season, and that last season was, it still stings, and I don't really like to talk about it. But I think that right now we're in a different position. I think the Cowboys learned from that mistake, and they learned obviously from the Packers mistake, right? And so,
Yep.
I mean, this defense definitely seems a little different for the Cowboys. I'm saying, I mean, even in this Vikings game, we shared a clip amongst each other, right? Well, you shared it with me, and I wish we could play it on the air. As far as show you the actual, the interaction of the defense. But how about if I just play the audio and you can kind of figure out who it is? I'll tell you who it is, in it. How about we listen to the audio?
Last minute, but stretching. He's coming. And I'm done. One more. That's why I got one more. Man, don't leave me upset. You gotta get one more than me. He older than me. Just leave me out there. Just let me finish my game. What? No. Hi. It's 8 minutes. What the hell? 8 minutes, coach. No. This is the series. I need to be in this series, and then after the 4 minute, I'll come out. I need one more series. It's 8 minutes. Yep. Actually, it's 8:16. We gotta play third. That's right. What does that mean? That's coming from up top.
So that was actually. So it started off with Zeke, right, saying about how he only had one more series and Dak had one more over him. And then boom, the cameras turned to Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, and they took him out at 8:16 in the fourth. And Micah and Trayvon did not want to come off the field, man. They wanted to stay in there. This is awesome, man. I mean, this is this is actually the kind of stuff that you actually want to see in your team. You know, that dog. And I think that's something that the Cowboys defense has. Well, I mean, we knew we got it in Micah last year, but it's crazy to see that it's starting to spread amongst the whole entire team. And it looks like the coaching staff is all in unison. And it looks like they're trying to correct that, the blown assignments as far as, everybody trying to make a play. But obviously you could see this team is competitive and this team is starting to get hot. So it's an exciting time for the Dallas Cowboys right now. Ari, what'd you
I
like about that
I
clip?
I think the biggest thing was just Michael really did not want to come out. I was like, man, that dude does not want to. And that's because I think he hurt his knee at that point already, and he still wanted to go out. So that just tells you, man, the competitiveness there is, and wanting to win. But man, I almost wanted to laugh, man, because I was like, he really like he does not want to come out. So I mean, I think he said, I want to pull you, and it's coming from the top because you're playing on Thursday. And he's like, what does that mean? Like he didn't understand. Like you got a game in 4 days, man. He doesn't care. So that's good, man. Like you said, that's infectious to the team, and it's going to carry us a long way for sure.
Yes. We saw that at his rookie year, right? I believe
Yeah.
his rookie year in the preseason. He didn't want to come out in preseason. You know what I mean? So I love it. I really do love it. I think that if anything, Micah is starting to take his leadership role that he got this year very serious. Trayvon Diggs also becoming a leader on that defense. So I think overall we are in a great situation defensively and offensively. There's some stats that we didn't really get to cover yesterday. So before we go into that, this is kind of cool, right? I mean, because when you look up the stats on the Cowboys, it's kind of a little bit not seeing the bigger picture because obviously Cooper Rush played the majority of the year at quarterback. So the completion percentage and all that, but Cowboys right now they're top five in it's points per game right now in the NFL. And their yards per play, they're top five in yards per play, and they're top five in yards per game since Dak's return. And little side note, this is 9 straight wins for Dak Prescott. So Harvey, before we move on to the defense, I don't know, did you get to catch the late night podcast on the East West with the West Coast Cowboy?
I did, man. I did. That dude's a firecracker, man.
Yeah, he is, man. He really is. But I will say this. I mean, he did say some things. He did say some things that makes you look at things a little differently, right? And I think one of the things that I wanted to point out was how he said, as far as the Giants are you could put the Giants up there with the Eagles as far as the familiarity of both teams with the Cowboys. I think as much as we want to give props to the Eagles and the Giants for getting here, sometimes those records can be a little bit misconstrued, right? As far as hey, they're able to pull the wins that they needed to get to this position, but when it comes down to an actual divisional rival, man, they know you. They know you very well, regardless of how it is. And I will say this: I'm not saying the Cowboys are going to relax in any way, but for the most part, I will say, I like our matchup right now. I mean, when we're looking at it defensively, you know, um, I think the matchup is going to be favorable for the Cowboys at this point, at this moment in point, right? Because there's still an injury report that we still got to go through. But let's talk about this defense and let me know. So they recently played the Detroit Lions, 0 sacks in that game. Previously, they had the Texans. They did string up some. It was 4 sacks, and then the Seahawks they had 3 sacks. I mean, it's 7 sacks in 3 games. I mean, you could do the math. That's about what, give or take, about what, 2.7
Two,
sacks, two.
give or
And
take, yeah.
the Cowboys right now are tops in the NFL as far as sacks and pressure in total. So, Harvey, what is it about the Giants that the Cowboys offense needs to be ready for?
I mean, I'm not. Nothing impresses me really. Like it really doesn't. And who's their sack leader?
Well, Dexter Lawrence, that's the defense. Well, I don't know if he's a defense tackle. He's just a big uh defensive tackle in the middle.
In the middle. Yeah. So I think I want to say West Coast Cowboy brought that up, right?
Yeah, he
I
did.
believe so. So if your defensive tackle is leading sack leader, it's not. I mean, it's not really that scary, honestly. Because it's not like he's a Chris Jones or
And
it's
Aaron,
not like
yeah.
he's dominating like lines in there. He's getting double and triple teamed every play, you know. So to me, I'm not nothing really. I don't know. They played us tough the first game, and I got it. But now I think we're on a mission, man. I'm telling you, I keep saying it. I think after that Green Bay game, they looked themselves in the mirror, and I think we're gonna see a different team, man, than the past. I don't think this is the type of team that's gonna. And I say that because of Micah Parsons. I think he's the difference. The way he acts, the way he plays, his passion for the game. I think we needed something like that. No offense to anybody else that played before, but it's been a while since we had a player that was vocal and passionate, and he does what he says he's going to do. That's the difference. So, I mean, to me, I think that's the difference, and I don't think we're gonna come out just like the Vikings. I'm telling you, just because of him. So
I
I
like
don't not
I like those odds, man. And like you said, I mean, it's kind of hard, but it's just we want to give respect where respect is due. They still got 7-3. I think a lot of their wins were very they weren't like they weren't their wins weren't like blowouts. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything excessive. And if anything, they just made the plays when they needed to. I think a lot of this Giants game is going to rely on Saquon Barkley's ability to run free, and then of course they like to sprinkle in a little bit of Daniel Jones, design plays for Daniel Jones. So that's going to be, I think, for us, right? I think I kind of answered the question for us as far as our defense. How are we going to stop the Giants offense right now? What would be your game plan if you're calling this play or this matchup?
I don't think it changes from the Vikings formula. I think we stop Saquon Barkley. That's their best player. So you neutralize him and you try to contain Daniel Jones because sometimes on third down he gets away sometimes and gets that first down and it could kind of deflate, some defenses. They're like, man, we had him and then he ran out of the pocket and he got the first down. So I think if we take care of that, stop Saquon, and then we contain Daniel Jones, to me, I put my money on Daniel Jones throwing the ball over 40 times,
Ooh.
and it's an automatic win, automatic.
And let's talk about that, right? Because that's exactly what happened last week. I think the Detroit Lions, who, you know, I mean, I feel bad for the Lions. The Lions, we've known the Lions for many years. The Barry Sanders years. They're currently 4-6. They came away with that win against the Giants, which is it was kind of like a shocker, right? And we had people chime in. They're like, "Man, Lions helped us out." So 31-18 was the final score. You look at Jared Goff; he was able to pull that off with 165 passing yards. Justin Jackson had 9 carries, 66 yards. Jamal Williams had 17 carries. DeAndre Swift had 5 carries. So, obviously they were able to get it done a little differently than what we expect. But if anything, I like our odds as far as the approach that we have. And like you said, I think that Green Bay game really woke us up, man. If anything, and I think they should treat every game like the Vikings. Shout out to West Coast. He brought it out yesterday. He's like, the game where everybody bets the Cowboys are going to win. It's usually the one that we kind of like shut down the engines. That wasn't his actual word, but you know, I think that's what we've been saying for years and years, Harvey. I
Yeah,
mean,
we have. Yeah, man. Just like consistency. We keep saying it. We got to be consistent. But I'm telling you, I think the difference is Micah Parsons, man.
I really do think he's the actual the I believe that he is the difference maker on that defense. I mean, he makes it so much more interesting. But let's see what kind of day he's gonna have, right? Because there's a total of 7 players that have been ruled out, plus Wande
Ooh.
Robinson. This is for the Giants alone. Wandell Robinson, he was their actual leading wide receiver, and he was leading in receptions and yards last week. I think he had 9 catches, 111 yards. But I mean, there's a little bit of a bug going around. It looks like the bugs around the NFL. Cowboys are affected by it too. But the ones that have been officially marked out are Daniel Bellinger, tight end. Dane Belton. Oh, I'm sorry, he's questionable. Dane Bolton, defensive back, he's questionable. We got Josh Izuda, offensive lineman, he's out. Then you got John Feliciano, he's out. You got Adoree Jackson, he's out. Richie James, he's questionable, which is their second leading. Well, for the majority of the year, he was actually their leading wide receiver. Sean Lemieux out of Oregon, toe, he's out. Fabian Moreau, he's out. Evan Neal, their first round draft pick, big time name, he's out. He's out with a knee and an illness. Tyree Phillips, offensive lineman, also he's questionable with the neck. Jason Pinnock, defensive back, questionable, and Andrew Thomas, the other top first round pick that they had. He did not participate Tuesday, and he was limited in today's practice, and they have him listed as questionable. So, man, I'll tell you this: if there's a game that Micah Parsons can capitalize, what do you think? I mean, you don't have to give a prediction. Our predictions are gonna wait for tomorrow, but
He's gonna eat on Thanksgiving, man. And I don't mean at the table. I mean at the football stadium, man. He's gonna eat. I'm telling you.
yeah,
It's not gonna be good for them. They're gonna have to double, triple team and put tight ends out there. You know what I mean? It's not gonna look pretty for the Giants, man. They're coming. I'm telling you. I've not Jerry. I haven't had this feeling in a long time, man. I think this team's gonna turn the corner. I'm telling you, man. I think Michael Parsons is gonna go eat, and it's gonna be big, man. I mean, they're gonna probably have to put the backup in so Daniel Jones don't get hurt for the rest of the year. I mean, that's how bad it's probably gonna be. I'm telling you. But I don't want to give my predictions yet.
yeah.
But it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Well, I mean, Micah goes, everything else flows, man. So put that on a t-shirt. Alex, Micah Parsons sets the tone for the whole team. Dare I say, he is our most important player on the whole team. Man, I don't. I think that should be a poll, man. I will say this about Micah. Very impressive individual. I know that at Penn State you could see it. You could see it at Penn State. When he played linebacker, and most importantly, his rookie year was phenomenal. I mean, he he had what was it, 12 and a half sacks, I believe. No, anyways, yeah, obviously he's everything. He's a game changer. He sets the tone. I think that he sets the example also for everybody else. I mean, look at look at Dante Fowler. Look at Dorrance Armstrong. These guys are all trying to compete with him. So that's great when you get that effort from your entire defensive end, your entire defensive line group, right? And then you throw in little sprinkles of Osa Ozugadua, uh, and of course Sam Williams, who has been he was our second round pick this year. Man, I mean, we can't talk enough about him. So I can't wait till we get that flow. And like you said, I think this is the game where they're able to just get in sync and be on the same page, man. So this is a very exciting game for the Dallas Cowboys. And then we said it yesterday, it's the Beckham Bowl, right? Just to clarify, because I think I got called out on TikTok. You guys, I love you guys on TikTok, but you guys are vicious. Let's talk about the Cowboys injury, final injury report versus the Giants. Anthony Barr rolled out as expected. So DeMar Clark up again. I like,
I
I
can't
like,
wait, man. I can't wait.
dude. You know what I like about DeMar Clark is remember that one time Justin Fields broke it. I mean,
And
Daniel Jones hasn't seen that kind of speed,
no,
man.
no, and we'll see, man, because he played very well last week or Sunday, I should say, not even last week. But he played very good, man. He was fast, quick. I mean, man, he was attacking the hole. I mean, we'll see, man. He's getting better every week, though. I'm excited.
He is gained. I mean, just repetition, right? Like you said,
Yeah.
every week, every week. Terrell Basham and Jonathan Hankins are both doubtful due to the illness that's going around. Man, I mean, from the reports that we've been seeing, is the majority of the Cowboys team has been wearing masks. Some of them are getting better. I believe a lot of them came down with the illness. After the Sunday night game, that's when everybody kind of started with their illness. So it's kind of an unusual thing. DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons joined the list of questionables, but are expected to play. Obviously, we talked about D Law, his foot injury. I mean, it's unfortunate. It looks like it's been something that he's been playing through for, man, quite some time now. But Anthony Barr, Terrell Basham, Trayvon Diggs was on the injury report, but he was a full participant, and that was the ankle. Zeke was a full participant, which is great to see, man. We love to see that. Dante Fowler, he's suffering from the illness. He did not participate. He's questionable. Pretty much everybody, Jonathan Hankins, Kelvin Joseph, D Law, Osa Ozigidua, Michael Parsons, and Donovan Wilson, they're all questionable. And a lot of them are from that illness that's going around. There's just like a little bug going around. I think I might have cut that bug too. So, but don't tell nobody in my family because they'll trip out.
You know what though? I think Jerry, I think they need to take when we grow up, man. Just put Vicks on it. We'll
Yep.
feel better.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing, man. Tomorrow I'll be good. I'll be good. Ramiro, good to hear from you. Would you stay in a nickel formation with Kurz and Wilson, or go with three linebackers?
You said, what did you say? Big nickel?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I
Good
guess.
question.
I mean, do we have to? That's the question. Because right now they don't really have they don't really have a, like, their wide receiver core is not anything really impressive.
So we really don't. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of depends on what they're trying to do.
I think a lot of that will be dictated right on, like what you said, what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But maybe in that sense where, to contain Daniel Jones.
And then you got Saquon too. So trying to stop him. So
Yes.
yeah, that
Yeah, I
makes
think
sense.
it does make perfect sense. You always need that you always need that spy. And I think J. Ron Curse, I mean, he's everybody wrote him off. I think me and you, when we first started, talking about doing the podcast, I think we were talking about J. Ron and how we liked him out of Clemson, and then he just kind of fell down the depth chart. It's kind of hard when you go to the Vikings as a safety. They still have Harrison Smith, who I feel he's been playing in the league for like 20 years. I don't know if you want to chime
Yeah.
in.
For real, man. It does feel like he's been playing forever too, but I can't believe the Vikings let him go though. That was surprising.
Well,
Um,
he's still there, Harrison Smith.
no, I'm talking about didn't Curse he
Oh
played
yeah,
for the
I'm
Titans
sorry.
and the Vikings.
Yeah. From the
Yeah,
Vikings. Yeah,
yeah. I can't believe they just let him go, man. It was kind of weird. Like, what? He's such a great player, man. It
and
was
a
weird that they let him go.
leader. I mean, we can see
Yeah.
him on the sideline. I mean, he's getting everybody lined up. I think if anything, man, he's made our safeties look good across the board, which is it speaks volumes, right? Because we'll see, right? I think Donovan Wilson. They said that he may not play. That's the one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on till tomorrow.
See that Donovan Wilson, man. I'm telling you, I don't as much talent as we have on the defense, Micah, we got Sam Williams, we got D Law, we got Galmore, all these guys, and we have Trayvon Diggs. We don't. Nobody really talks about Donovan Wilson,
Nobody really does. He unsung
and
hero.
he is, man. Like I don't think Cowboy fans they might a lot of them don't understand. This guy does all the dirty work,
He
man.
does.
He does all the things that make a big difference in a game. Yeah, it might not be an interception, it might not be a fumble recovery or a fumble, but this guy is stopping people like from getting a first down on third down. He's making the smart tackles. He's playing just smart, man, and he's playing so fast. He's like a bullet. Like I don't know, man. I think he just doesn't get enough credit from anybody.
I so I think there was a little. I think the teammates call him the missile, right? Like
Do they miss him?
I think J. Ron Curse calls him the missile because I mean he's beat Micah Parsons, he's beat D Law to the sack, a lot of times, but we I mean he's not perfect. We have seen him miss a couple of tackles, but it just comes with the nature. It's just kind of like with Trayvon Diggs when he plays aggressive like that. I mean, you got to give a little bit, to get right. So I love Donovan Wilson. I've actually been wanting to see him on the field earlier, man, because his rookie year preseason, man, he tore it up. I think he had like 3 interceptions his rookie year, and we're like, why aren't they playing him? Why aren't they playing him? And for if you're a real Cowboys fan, for the how many years have we been wanting a safety? I mean, since geez, Louise, since Darren Woodson and Roy Williams years. I mean, that's been a while too. So, but I will tell you this: that's the one that we will keep an eye on for you guys tomorrow. We will give you that notification tomorrow. Obviously, we will try to be 30 minutes before kickoff, unless something changes. Of course, if you guys are following us on all our social media platforms, you'll know exactly if anything changes. Then we can let you know, so you won't miss out on the kickoff show. Like I said, we also have that giveaway for the new cap. Uh, I'll have pictures of it posted on the social media platforms. I need you guys to subscribe, man, to the YouTube. Been seeing some more subscriptions coming in, which is good. It's a great thing. I love the love on TikTok too, man. And then we've been getting into YouTube Reels and Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels. We'd love to grow with you guys as a community. I think that we have something special right now. Man, Harvey, I mean, what's your greatest memory of Thanksgiving? I mean, obviously the Cowboys have, been a part of Thanksgiving for years. So what's one
Man,
game that you can remember?
I think when John Madden gave the whole offensive line the turkey, right?
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
was like, man, they deserve this whole turkey. Like that was pretty cool, man. I think that's my fondest memory of remembering that he gave it to the whole offensive line.
and that was crazy, right? Because I think he had to have it redone, right? Or something
Yeah,
along
yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. That's
It
I'll
was
never forget that.
that was actually a great memory. Man, I mean, I would have to say all the memories with John Madden. I think that those are probably the most cherishable ones that I can remember. Of course, I think West Coast pointed out. I think we haven't won a a Thanksgiving game in like 5 years, so it'd be good to get back on that streak, man. Start a streak up, and then from there, just take it from there. But I mean, for the most part, Thanksgiving is obviously football, family. Well, family, family. Thanksgiving, family, and football, and of course, Cowboys. Even if you're not a Cowboy fan, we still love you. But anything else, Harvey?
Yeah, man. I was gonna ask you a question that I've been thinking about. So the injury report, right? There's a lot of questionable people
There is.
for us, right? So can we afford not having those people? Maybe half of them.
I would say
I
yes.
mean, is our team so good on defense that we could literally do away with half of them?
I would say yes. I mean, I think if there's a game to rest the Mark D Law, I think this would be a good game for him to rest. Um, but I mean, if you have Micah in there and Sam Williams, I think that'd be kind of cool to let Sam start taking some reps at D Law's position and see, if he can be that formidable, group opposite of Micah. So I think that yeah, we do have that luxury. Kelvin Joseph. I know I said I- somebody was asking me when I was saying I would like to see Kelvin Joseph get involved, right? To see if we need to invest in, a corner come off
Oh,
season.
oh, he
And
did all right.
yeah, he got torched by one of the greats, right? And that's Aaron Rodgers. So, but like you said, I mean, it's a great question. I think overall, I think that yeah,
No,
I think we're good. Even with some of these questionables, and they're not able to make it. Yeah, we're
uh,
good.
and the reason I say that is because you got to think, if we could do away without him, then we still have 10 days from tomorrow to rest.
Man, that's where it really everything kind of comes in at the perfect time.
Yeah, so I think doing away with those might help us out as far as the long run is concerned. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, yeah. Them jerseys and helmets will be fire for the Cowboys tomorrow. LFG Cowboy Nation.
So is it confirmed that's what they're wearing for sure?
Yes, all
So
white.
what is that? The color rush or is it a different?
It's a color rush, but if I'm not mistaken, they wore that in the I believe in the 60s.
Yeah, that helmet is fire, man.
It is, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
That
It
and then
is.
they're for sure wearing the all white and white pants, right? Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be crazy. If you could get one jersey right now in that color rush, what jersey are you getting?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There's only one jersey, man.
Micah.
That's Micah. That's a lion, baby.
Yeah.
That's a lion.
It's
That
hard.
no for
It's
those.
hard.
I was looking at the jerseys and the helmet, man. They do look pretty amazing. So, but we'll see, man.
We're looking for the mini helmets. We couldn't find them. Remember?
No, we couldn't.
But I will say this: it's kind of hard, man, when you got so many superstars on offense, right? I mean, on defense and on offense, which is a problem that for years it seemed that we didn't have that those studs on defense, but now we got them. So Micah make that 11 look nice. Trayvon Diggs makes that 7 look nice. So I'll tell you this: just give me one. You know what I mean? Just give me one, and I'll rock it. You know what I mean? I I I don't care if it stays clean or not, man. I mean, every time we see these Cowboys, their jerseys are dirty, man. So,
So what's the? Are we? Do we know that OBJ is gonna be in the building or not? Is
oof,
that confirmed?
not yet, but I will have the confirmation tomorrow. And there's subliminal. If you go to his Instagram page, he's throwing some subliminal.
Is he really?
Yeah, yeah, he's doing some subliminal messaging there. So it's kind of weird if start adding the P's and the Q's. But I will say this: if you guys want some more of that kind of type of cowboy content creation, follow RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys. Shout out to them. Shout out to RJ especially, right? Because I mean, he's always adding up. Oh, last time the Packers drafted a wide receiver named Watson. Was Christian Watson's father, and that year the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl, so it's Super Bowl year for us every year. So man, you can never being a Cowboy fan is the best, man. I'll tell you that much right now. And like I said last night, we talked about it with I chopped it up with West Coast, and man, I took over the show, made it a Cowboy Nation show. Go check me out, guys, on there. And of course, like I said, check us out on the social medias, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Anything else, Harvey?
No, man. All I got is I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the comments and coming on and liking our videos and all that stuff, man. We do really appreciate it, man. Our as Jerry would say, our day ones. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for everything.
For real, for real. But tomorrow's is going to be an exciting day for all of us. We will have the Showdown kickoff show. Stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe to all the social medias and show us your love and support and comment. If you watch this later, comment below and we reach out to everybody. So
Yep.
take turns. Thank you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.